Well, let me see how this is working. Oh my gosh, stuff's falling all over the place. Yeah, you guys, I'll tell you what's happening. I rearranged my little computer table, and I made some adjustments to my microphone, which didn't work out perfectly, but it's improved. My little spit shield shouldn't be falling over, but now it looks like something else is loose, but it should be good. What else did I do? Yes, I got a new shelf. I got lots of room for a new monitor. Time for a bigger monitor because I can't see straight. Is the sound working? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Oh, look, we're even recording this stuff. Hey, wait a minute. Why am I hearing dingies? Oh, that's because people are trying to talk to me. I have to mute this other computer. Sorry. So anyway, guys, how you doing? How you doing? That was my Wendy Williams, if you couldn't tell. How you doing? It is now 7:02 because I'm lagging. No big. It is 10/3/2019. Remember those fun numbers we had? No, those are gone. Anyway, tonight's show is called... Oh, wait a minute. What show? Why would this show? Yeah, this is the Stephen D. Kelley Show. My name is Stephen D. Kelley. This is Truth Cat Radio. It's October. Scary time, scary month. October 3rd, 2019. Scary for a lot of reasons. Sorry. Anyway, tonight's show, and I know I put this up at the last second, and I took forever to come up with it, but this is kind of where we're at, is called Jedi Initiation. And if you've been paying any attention, or you're in my group, or you're anywhere close to me at all, you'll know that I have been activating people. When I say activating, that means I'm using my magic. This is probably Bob here calling. Oh, did I call it magic? Okay, let's say Reiki. Yeah, that's it. Oh, Missy. Oh, everyone's joining. Yeah. Been using my Reiki training. Hey, you're mute there. Reiki. To turn people into super soldiers, if you will. There, I did it. I said super soldier. I haven't said that before. I have not called you guys super soldiers, but yeah, I'm sorry. That's what this is what this is really all about. Okay. What occurred to me the other day, Grace hasn't covered, is that I have the ability to deputize you into the order, if you will. Oh. If something goes weird, it's because my USB is loose. Okay. Looks like we're good. Which means that I've always been able to give people a master Reiki treatment, which essentially will make them much more powerful, and it also activates them in the astral, and it gives them the ability to do things that they may not have been able to do before. And of course, when you learn how to do these things in the 4D, you realize that you're altering reality, and when you learn how to alter reality, there's nothing that you can't alter. So there's no reason why I can't take any one of you and turn you into a enemy destroyer. I'm wondering if I should cover her. Yeah, I'm going to cover her. You guys are going to have to deal with it. I may yell at you from across the room. Maybe not. That doesn't work too good when I do that. All right, bear with me. I got to cover Grace. See, I was running short. It took me a long time to get food tonight. Go perfect, Grace. Okay, guys. Okay, I'm back. All righty. Anyway, I'm sure a lot of you that are listening tonight have been through this activation process, and you may even have some interesting stories, and we're going to share some of that stuff. But mainly what I'm going to do tonight is talk about the process, talk about what we're doing, try to answer some of the questions that have been coming up, and give you guys some do's and don'ts, because this is an excellent opportunity for me to give you some training that I can certainly tell these people who are involved in this stuff to listen to my show. Okay, so it's like a 2-hour class, and you're a captive audience. You got to listen to it. But before I get too far into it, I want to say, I see Oceanside. Hi. And you know what? Who's right below Oceanside? Tirupur, India. Now, who do I know that's in India? Hema, is that you? Are you in India? Who's in India? Did you go back to India? Are you listening to my show from India? What the heck? You better send me a message now if that's you. We have Germany in the house. We have Thailand, again, as usual. Let's see. Ottawa, Canada. If that's you, no, actually, you wouldn't be there. Our friend that we don't hear, Sam, we hardly ever hear from Sam anymore. United Kingdom, Buffalo, Ohio, Mexico's here. Grants Pass, Oregon, yo, dude. Oh, Grants Pass, Oregon, I have some stories for you, man. Okay, let me just say this. When I activate these people, I've turned everything into a kind of an industrial process. I don't waste a lot of time. I eliminate a lot of the ritual. I do the bare minimum, but at the same time, what I'm doing is stuff that people that are, have my training are told not to do, because of course other people can abuse it and what have you. But I'm not too worried about it, because Rambo's up there and he is going to keep you in check. But the only way you would really abuse it is by doing things in the 3D, like and we'll get into that, but I could just say one of the things that came to my attention, I'm sure he's listening right now, but when you increase your energy, you increase your glow, your power, your glow. It becomes stronger. Your field, your aura becomes stronger and brighter. And what do you think happens when that happens? It's like moths to a flame. People are going to find you suddenly a lot more interesting. They're like, I don't know what it is, but yesterday was nothing, but today, for some reason, I need to stare at this person and figure out why the hell I'm all of a sudden attracted to that person. Well, that's because you got activated, okay, and you got this big old glow. Remember I told you guys you got that shiny armor? I hooked you up with that shiny armor. Well, yeah, that's sort of what I'm talking about. You got that shiny thing going on, and people like shiny things. Okay? Now, as far as abusing it is concerned, yes, you're going to be more popular. You're going to be more influential. You'll have more charisma. But you guys, that doesn't mean to start sleeping with people who are attracted to you, because there's going to be people attracted to you. Okay. Now, if you need that, great. But I'm just saying, don't abuse it. That's not what you're going to, if you notice that, fine, but don't abuse it. Okay. Ladies, I don't really know what to tell you. I guess the same thing applies to you. I haven't really gotten any report. I've actually activated quite a few ladies, and I haven't really gotten any reports back. There was one guy who wrote back to me and said that the first night he felt like he had a weight on his chest all night, and he was very anxious. It wasn't sleeping very well. And I told him, I said, well, that's normal, but what you got to do is you have to put your sword down before you go to bed, because he got activated. He was hanging onto his sword with two hands. That's what he was doing. He went to bed with it across his chest. And these things aren't light. So if it feels like you got 75 pounds on your chest, it's probably because you do. It's a big old broadsword. I don't usually... Everybody gets weapons when you do this. We're going to talk about that a little bit tonight, because the weapons aspect is a big factor, but they're also very symbolic. And sometimes weapons have to do with placement in battle. For instance, Obviously, archers will be behind somebody, or pikes will be in front. This kind of thing. You want your crack troops in the front. For instance, one of you guys that joined up, big guy, red hair, beard, looked like a berserker. I saw that guy. I'm like, Rambo, put this guy right next to you. Put him on the front. Some of the girls, the women, I put them in the back. But some of you, I put you right up on front. But depending on you, you could end up, and if you're a big guy, you may get a single big long sword that you actually have to use two hands with. And sometimes you might get a slightly shorter sword, but you'll have a shield. Sometimes you might have two swords. Some people, and this is only women that I've had this happen to, will get a spear. Okay, big long spear. And very rarely will you get a bow and arrow. But lately, and I'll just use his name because screw it, he's going to be here pretty soon. RD. Haha, RD. I'm going to talk about you, dude. When I activated RD, Seychelles just joined us. Greetings, Seychelles. I don't think I've seen anyone from Seychelles join us before, so welcome. Anyway, RD, when I was hooking up RD, and it was time to give him his weapon, it kept flipping around to all these different things. And I'm like, what the heck? What's it going to be? What's it going to be? Because usually just one thing will pop down, but lately I've been seeing stuff like shields and helmets. I don't usually see shields and helmets, but I've been seeing that a lot more often. But RD, you got something that looks like a damn, like they might use in Kung Fu, like a big curved blade on the end of a stick. I don't know what they call that. But you got something like that because your sword kept going to these scimitar-looking things, and then back and forth. So what I think is going on is you're getting a big arsenal or something like that. Now, but here's the other thing. Okay, I talk about you guys are getting deputized. Okay, what does that mean? I don't expect you to have any skills. I don't expect you to be a fighter or have any kind of that whatsoever. The only thing I do want is that you ask for it, you commit yourself and you ask for it. Of course, you're asking Jesus. And then you say thank you for letting you do it. That's all I want. Once you have done that, I will activate you and hope that you don't blow it. And if I activate enough of you, hopefully enough of you will not blow it, and we will do what we want to have done. But I have a lot of confidence that that's exactly what's going to happen. But back to the weapons thing. Now, me personally, when I do my thing, I actually use a gun. Okay, from what I understand, my favorite weapon is actually an MP5, which is a 9mm, and it doesn't really matter in the Astral what you use, because most of the fighting is like martial arts. There's lots of martial arts, and there's lots of knives, slashing and stabbing and cutting, chopping. This is very common in a melee, and this is what it is. It's melee. It's up close and personal, and it's sort of like it's like a lawnmower going through a field. You don't pay a lot of attention. You just cut down everything in front of you, and this is kind of what we do. So I don't really think it's going to take a lot of training to have to do that, because the thing is that, and I probably, if you've paid attention to what I've said before, you'll know that for the most part, we're not fighting against anything that fights back. And if that sounds bad, it's because This is not negotiation. The negotiation is over. This is what happens after negotiations are over and the enemy has resisted, and now we're going into war mode. There's no emotions involved. It's strictly a removal process. And this is the main reason why nobody remembers anything, is because it's very violent and you don't want to remember anything. Okay. Those of you that do remember stuff, I know a lot of the women that I've talked to that have, been involved in stuff like this, they usually remember things like cutting off heads and things like this. But this is what it's like. But what I was trying to say about the weapon is that if you have any familiarity with these things and you have a memory, those memories are very useful, because it's those memories that allow you to conjure this up in your head, which is basically what's going on. So any experience that you have in the 3D, you can call upon in the 4D. It's sort of like in the Matrix, where Neo has to have his little programming before he can do all the kung fu and all that. Yeah, sure, you can do all that. You can receive all that stuff. But those of you that are coming into the process now, you're not getting it yet. I know you're getting activated. You've got energy flowing. You're going to have all kinds of things changing and happening in your lives. But as far as the hardcore, the Jedi training, this is stuff that comes with time. But lucky you though, you're in the battle right now because we've made these changes, and I think it's a good thing. Because I don't think the enemy is capable of doing this, and I think that the enemy takes quite a long time to put together or to train or to program the entities that we're having to deal with. So we have an advantage that we can activate as many people as we want, or deputize as many people as we want into one of these posses. So obviously in a posse, we just give you a weapon and put you on a horse and we go after the bad guys. It works kind of the same way, except that you don't have to worry about getting hurt. But anyway, back to the weapons thing. Like I said, Rambo seems to like the guns, but that's just because I'm kind of familiar with that. But that doesn't mean that we don't use a lot of blades. For whatever reason, knives and blades are very, very common, and that's not even my thing, but that's a lot about what's going on down there. So those of you that want to try to remember this stuff, I wouldn't really recommend that. I mean, if you really want to remember it, you will remember what you might remember more than you want to remember. But one of the things I've noticed kind of early in this business was that the only people that really remembered it were the people that enjoyed this sort of thing and kind of got off on it. And I don't think any of us should enjoy what this is all about, because it is very, very brutal. But it's a necessary thing to be done, okay? And I think it's very noble, and I think that it's certainly a service. But of course, it's all on the 4D. I think that the very fact that we're even able to do this, and that you people that are willing to do this have made this commitment, is just it says so much for you. And let me just go over real quick what I've been asking for. If you're listening to this show and you're not part of this and you haven't gotten that email from me, or you haven't already made an inquiry, basically this is what I tell the people, is that the hell, I could even read to you I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to read to you the thingy. Excuse me. I hope this doesn't say you got mail. Oh my God, Trump's in so much trouble. I can't believe this. All right, where is it? Okay, here we go. I'm going to read to you what I've sent to other people that have applied here, so you can, and those of you that have done it. Oh, who's that joining me again? Is that Bob again? Jeez, Bob. Bob's probably hanging up when it's inconvenient. Go on now.
No, it didn't. It just wasn't. It just happened. But
Okay.
I want to hear this.
Get out of here. Get out of
Because
here.
I'm on the outside. I want to get on the inside, so I need to hear
dude, I'm going to, this is what I tell people, okay? Here it comes. Get ready, okay? Jedi recruits. This is how it is going to work. The first thing you are going to do is dwell on this decision. This is not a light thing. You are going to pray. First, you are going to say, Lord, let me be a warrior. Then you are going to say, Lord, thank you for letting me be a warrior. When you are done, email me your photo. I am going to perform Master Reiki on you and give you armor and a weapon. I do not know what weapon you will get, but it is mostly swords. You may notice changes, but you are never to talk about it and never abuse it. Never try to use this to make money or get ahead. Do not expect to remember anything because we fight when we sleep. If you do remember, you can let me know that it can be very violent. Pray often, look for ways to serve, increase energy every time you can by serving others and teaching. Giving information gives you energy. I am doing this to increase our numbers anyway, to help us win sooner and to help put more fear into our enemy by showing them how easy it is to fight them. Do not worry about talking to me. All our communication will be done in the astral. You will get instructions automatically. You will just be where you need to be when we do missions. Thank you for your interest. I hope you understand that you must be sincere in your desire to commit your life to this service. Okay? So anyone that applies, you get that letter. You get that message. Now, that's pretty. Now, what the only thing that this message is not saying here is that the Lord that we're talking to when we say that prayer, of course, is Jesus, because he's who we work for. He's the commander. I'm your commander, basically. And when you're in the astral, your commander is going to be Rambo. And technically, Rambo is way up there. Let's just say he's way up there. But when he's in this realm, he answers directly to Jesus. Okay, so people, if you want to be in this army, it's like having to pledge allegiance to Donald Trump or some stupid thing. I hate to put it that way, but that's kind of the way this works. So once I know that you have agreed in your mind to tell Jesus that you want to work for him, and then you say, thank you for letting me do that, I'm good. Okay? Because if you don't do that, nothing's going to work. Nothing will happen. It'll be just a meaningless exercise. But if you're sincere and you do that, then you're going to see things happen and you're going to be amazed. Okay? And like I said, no one has ever tried to do this before. And it doesn't say anywhere. You got to, like I said, if you can heal and alter reality, you can do something like this and greater. So there's no reason why we can't have thousands of fresh Jedi fighting every night. How long is it going to take for us to finish this battle if we multiply our numbers like that? You know, that's what I think. What do you think, Bob? Are you up for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here I am thinking I'm going to, I did take a little Taekwondo, got a blue belt.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm thinking, and now I'm realizing it's all done in the battle of the Ethernet. Oh, whatever.
The ether.
The ether.
You know what it is?
Yeah, no,
Hey.
I've done a little astral projection before.
Well,
It was real. It was real.
Of course
It was really bizarre. So I know this works.
Well,
it's going to be good.
Yeah, it works. I mean, that's the thing. It's just like the healing, the healing. It's like, obviously the healing works. We've seen it work. And the thing is that you have to have confidence. You have to know it's working every single time. And it applies to this too. Right.
So I'm just worried about
Worried.
getting the instructions, what we're going to be doing.
Dude, there's nothing to worry about. All right, let me tell you how it works. You'll be asleep in bed, dead at sleep, and you'll hear the voice say, "It's time." And you'll grab your sword or whatever, and you'll get it, and that'll be it. You'll be gone. You won't know anything else.
It's like an Ethernet video game, huh?
You don't remember, dude. It's like let me explain what it's.
I don't play video games.
It's not a video game. Okay, it's not a video game. What it is let's say we all have souls, right?
Sure.
Okay. And let's say our souls have the ability to do battle against evil, right? But they never do. But what if a bunch of souls got together and said, you know what? Let's get to work while we're sleeping and kick some butt in the astral. That's what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're doing. Instead of just sleeping there and doing nothing but dreaming about, Mercedes and new girlfriends, we're actually, doing something else. You may still be dreaming about Mercedes and new girlfriends, but, you know what I mean? Look, you just don't know. I mean, the night that I got that one call, it was clear as day. It's like, let's go. And then immediately I picked up my weapons. I knew what I was doing. I picked up my weapons and then it was on. And it's been on now like for a long, long time, but I don't know. And you know what? I don't need to know. Right? Who cares? Mm-hmm. But I do know that we're kicking ass because I see the results. I see the bad guys are running right now. I mean, I told you the story about one of my Jedi was driving some Satanists across country or up Northern California, and he told them that he was working for me, and they flipped out. And anyway, he told me that they know my name by heart. So we're making waves, okay? And now that we're multiplying our numbers like this, I'm sure we're making even bigger waves. Right?
Wow.
You want to do it?
Fantastic. Huh? Fantastic. Yeah.
Bob, are you ready to do this? I'm not saying you got to stop being Jewish or nothing, but you got to understand you're working for Jesus. Is that cool?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
All right. I mean, you're kind of ready for that anyway.
He was a good Jewish boy.
He was a good Jewish boy himself.
He's
one of the best Jewish boys. He's probably the best Jewish.
Yeah, I would have liked to go to his bar mitzvah. I don't know.
I mean, think about it.
Heck of
Look at
all
the good Jewish boys, the good Jewish boys. How about David? Was he a good Jewish boy?
Weinstein. Weinstein. Epstein.
Oh, well, okay. We don't need to talk about the bad.
God. Wiener. What the heck?
You know what?
No. Let's know Jesus is pure.
No, but seriously, though, you got me thinking. I'm trying to think now because I know damn well there's a lot of really important people, Jewish guys, who've done some great things in the world. There, and I'm like, that's not fair, man. You got to come up with these other names. All right. Anyway.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let's move in the other direction.
It's between the high holidays.
Oh yeah. Huh.
So my high holiday, I'm gonna go before Yom Kippur for my meal. I'm gonna go to Lowell. That new restaurant, the cannabis restaurant in West Hollywood. You have to make a reservation. I'll let you know how it is. But, that's where I'm going to do my high holiday eating before I have to fast.
All right. I'm going to share something with you here, and I know this is a departure from the format because I'm pretty much all over the map tonight. But the thing is I'm seeing, I don't get out of my cave too often, but when I do, sometimes I see things that are disturbing. Like, for instance, I was in a Fry's today looking at monitors. And, Fry's, right? It's a big, giant monster electronics store.
Oh, yeah. And if you have to return something, it's a hassle.
Well, I know, but it's one of the most successful of all of the big stores like that. I mean, others have completely shriveled up. But anyway, when I went in there, I noticed right away shelves were empty. There was no stock anywhere. The stock situation looked really bad. Asked some of the employees what's going on. They're like, I don't know. This is supposed to be happening. We're hearing this rumor, that rumor. And they're saying things like, well, new vendors are coming, new vendors. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, Christmas is coming. These are, bringing all the Christmas crap. But I got a bad feeling. I'm thinking everybody knows something. We're heading into the big one. And the people that are, have all the money, they could care less about the retail sales right now because October is going to be hot and heavy. It's pretty, I'm telling people to dig holes in your backyard. In fact, people, there's nothing wrong with having a real big foxhole in your backyard, preferably one that runs underneath your patio or underneath your garage floor. Your garage, the concrete on your garage floor is pretty thick. It's meant to hold up cars. So dig a hole under your garage. And if you hear anything bad happening, plan on getting under it, because any bunker right now is good. Anything that can protect you from anything is good, because if they do nuke us, and I'm not into fear porn, but if they do nuke us, it's going to be relatively low yield, rapidly dissipating nukes, because they're trying to preserve the assets. They don't need to wipe us off the face of the earth, but they may want to. But I'm still saying, if you have a hole in your backyard, you're going to be a lot better off than if you don't. So this is something to think about. Okay, just tell people, your neighbors, you're going to plant a really big tree or something. But okay, I hate to say that, but when I see the things that are going on right now, and I see Trump acting like a complete fool in front of the world right now, we got some serious problems. I hate to tell you, but this bullshit with Ukraine, as I said last week, the only reason why I think he went to Ukraine was because he had to meet up with his Chabad bosses, and also because he had to coordinate this future World War III that we're looking at, and make sure that Ukraine was on on board as far as what they were involved, going to their portion of the war was going to be. You don't hear anybody talking about that, but you hear a lot of people talking about bullshit involving Biden, and it's really incredible because these crimes that Biden and his son Hunter were supposedly involved in usually were involving payoffs and graft and what have you, to the tune of probably several $1 million. Who knows, possibly many more than several $1 million. But the point is that Trump is projecting right now. The more he frauds over about these things that Biden and his son are supposedly doing, the more that that's exactly what he's doing. And I can't believe that Trump could go to Ukraine, the base of Chabad, the Chabad mafia and all that evil, and then talk about some silly ass thing that Biden was doing there, when every single damn person that was involved was doing something. And then they talk about this mutual defense agreement that we had with Ukraine that was set up during the time of Bill Clinton, which is bizarre because, of course, during the time of Bill Clinton, the neocons may have wanted to get something going on like they have today, but at the same time, it was a democratically elected government that was socialist. And here now we have this government in place that is put there by a coup that's actually Nazi. So it's very bizarre that you would apply any kind of previous policy or treaty with this illegitimate regime that's in place now. But then you got to remember that we were the ones that installed it, but if we admit that what we installed was a criminal Nazi regime, then you'd have to admit that we installed a criminal Nazi regime, which sort of makes us look like criminal Nazis ourselves. So in other words, what needs to be corrected, the criminal Nazi regime in Ukraine or the criminal Nazi regime that set up the criminal Nazi regime in Ukraine? It's kind of a confusing, cart before the horse situation. So when you see Trump talking about this bullshit with Biden, it just doesn't make any sense. And then what's really bad right now is, Trump is actually asking the Chinese government to investigate something going on with Biden too. In other words, more nonsense involving Hunter Biden's son. And of course, we know that during the Obama administration that Obama's son got a lucrative contract, but quid pro quo, whatever. The point is that whatever money Hunter Biden got out of China as a result of his compensation for whatever deal was set up is absolutely nothing when you consider the stuff that Trump's involved in with the 88 Queensway group and the Russian mafia and his shell company Casbah BV in Amsterdam. It's absolutely ridiculous. And here the thing, when you see him actually taking all this nonsense serious, like first of all, the impeachment stuff. When I look at the impeachment talk, I think, that is, if I was Trump, I would be ignoring it. But at the same time, you have to realize it's a legitimate thing that it's what he did was wrong, and their calls for impeachment actually are legitimate because this is a serious thing that he did. And one of the things that he did that isn't even really being considered or talked about, I don't know if maybe I don't watch TV and maybe they are, but it's the fact that he is still using his troll, Rudy Giuliani, to go around and make these secret backdoor deals. And it's the same thing he did when he had Rudy Giuliani set up this shell company in Amsterdam. He had Rudy Giuliani flying off to Kyrgyzstan and Kazakhstan to set up illegal deals with mobsters over there. And he had sent Rudy Giuliani to Ukraine to apply pressure on them against this Biden person. And once again, if you really think that Joe Biden is a threat, you must be really bad because Biden is as pathetic as you could possibly get. So it just seems to me incredible that Trump could have so little confidence in his own abilities and what he's accomplished so far and his voter base to think that this pathetic Biden person should be any kind of a threat whatsoever. So all I can derive from this is that he knows that he's vulnerable. He knows he's in big trouble. And anybody that goes up to him will probably defeat him because by the time it gets to the election, he's going to look like absolute shit. And he probably wants to just destroy anybody that is any sort of competition. As I've been trying to say to people recently, or at least this is the thing I'm trying to impress upon people now, and that is in this system that we're using right now, this two-party system where you're offered these choices, the only real alternative we have is to make sure that all of these ridiculous choices we're being offered are thrown in jail. Okay, we need to destroy each one of them. There should be no choices because these choices should all be eliminated until we actually have one that cannot be thrown in jail and cannot be eliminated because they are righteous. But what do we do instead? We ignore the crimes of one and focus on the petty crimes of the other. Because, yes, Biden's a petty criminal. In fact, when it comes to being a pedo, Biden's probably a petty pedo when it comes to Trump. I mean, my God, Trump is being a pedo with his own damn daughter. And I don't really know if Biden has ever killed anybody, but I'm pretty sure Donald Trump was involved in the death of 12-year-old Maria, little Puerto Rican girl that was kidnapped from Connecticut, the little pizza parlor there by the mafia bastards that were working with Trump when he needed his cement poured. You know, and he was hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein in Manhattan. But, we don't talk about Jeffrey Epstein anymore, do we? So what are we talking about? Well, that climate change bullshit went through here. So what are we talking about now? Well, we're talking about Jedi stuff, but the only reason why I'm doing the Jedi stuff is because we are trying to stop this damn World War III. And when I walk into that big store and I see it empty looking awful, I see World War III around the corner. I walked up to a couple of guys in Fry's that were working in the area where the computer monitors were. They both looked like they were Hindu, Indian types, which is cool. But I go, hey, what do you think's going on? I'm like, oh, I don't know. I go, I think it's Donald Trump, man. I think that we're going to war. And I go, hey, you guys know that Donald Trump is Jewish? They go, no way. These are Hindu guys. Like, no way he's Jewish. I'm like, oh, why do you mean no way? I mean, his daughter's Chabad. His son-in-law's Chabad. He became Chabad 2 years ago. It's like, anyway, it's that kind of information that's not too good right now. It's kind of hurting him a little bit, I think. Anyway. Yeah, but we could have had Hillary. We're still better off than we have Hillary. You guys, it really isn't going to take that much to fix this stuff. But I'll tell you what is going to happen, though. We're going to stop giving all our money to pharmaceuticals. So if you are getting your money from that, well, whatever. Once we occupy the Getty, it's not going to matter. You know what? We're only like 41 minutes into the show. Hey, Bob, what do you think? Should I take a break? Huh?
You could.
I could.
But, we could keep going on until
I could ramble until 8-ish.
Yeah. Stay on
I'm going to ramble till 8-ish. Okay,
but
okay.
yeah, it's like, I'm not going to argue and tell you things. The alternative to what we had for president was, it's very evil. It's very evil,
it's evil. It's evil. Of course it was.
But it's evil on both sides. We don't know how evil.
All right. What I concluded today, because I obviously Obama, all that horrible, and Hillary would have been equally horrible. But it's just like the final paragraph in the protocols. It's all about disenchantment. That's the thing. And I think that what we're looking at right now is a perfect example of that, is because people were so disenchanted with that idiot Obama that they swung all the way to the other side to get this other guy in there. And the key here is hope, I think, because before you can have disenchantment, you have to have hope, right?
Yes, so.
Well, think about it, but then remember, look at these guys like, what do we have? We had Clinton, right? The man from hope, right? And then we had, and now Obama was
Bush.
all about hope, right? But
the last 24 years, it was bad.
Yeah, but even
Clinton, Bush,
this guy,
Obama.
Even this guy, what is he doing? He's selling hope, right? That's his big thing. All right, here, I'm going to read this thing to you. This is the last paragraph in the Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion, okay? The very last paragraph. Okay, and it says, number 15, ever since that time, we have been leading the peoples from one disenchantment to another, so that in the end, they should turn also from us in favor of that king despot of the blood of Zion, whom we are preparing for the world, or preparing the world for. So that's what it's all about. So every time we get our butts kicked emotionally, we think, oh, boy, that Obama, well, I thought he was really going to be something, but what an idiot he turned out to be. Oh, he's horrible. Oh, thank God we've got this Trump guy. He's going to make America great again. Oh, my God, he's really that bad? It keeps happening. And pretty soon, these are one disenchantment to another. So in the end, we get so burned out by these bastards destroying our hope that we'll take a final chance on fucking Antichrist. And that's what this is all about. We'll get to the point where we'll say, you know what? After Obama and Trump, how bad could this Antichrist person be, really?
Oh, God.
That's what we're leading to.
Oh.
That's what it's coming to. And yeah, exactly. It's like, who could it be? Jared Kushner, the Republican who's really a Democrat? That's who they're trying to set us up with. All these crazy, I don't know who they are. This guy Goldstein, the one that died here recently, was it Goldstein or Goldberg? I don't remember. Goldberg, I think. David Goldberg, I think his name was. The one that was writing for that Israel Today paper, whatever it was. They killed him right after he kind of got too excited about Jared being what do they call that thing, the Messiah person? What?
Mashiach?
Yeah, Hebrew Messiah.
Mashiach. It's Yehuda ben David.
Yeah.
With the energy of David, as opposed to Jesus, who was the energy of son of Joseph. So I don't know if that's what we're going to fight over. If that's what the Shiites and the Sunnis fight over, everything Shiites. That happened years and years ago.
Shiites.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
God, that's so stupid. That also, oh well, this prophet's brother's grandson started this little sect, and they're mad at these guys because this person disrespected this person on his wedding day 2,000 years ago, and didn't marry his daughter like he was supposed to. And we've been fighting ever since. Really? And this goat, these guys stole this goat, and they didn't slice its neck like they were supposed to. They went and they stabbed it. They didn't wash their hands before they killed their goat. Whatever, you know. they use,
the Jews and the Muslims, they both hate pork.
They do.
They both hate pig, and it's like I love.
Well, I know, but
I love my bacon, and I love that fragrance that it gives the house. It's like it's life.
You like to fry it. I like to put it in the microwave, man. I put it in the
the microwave. I have an air fryer. The air fryers are wonderful. I don't know if you got one, but that's the best thing that's happened to me as a bachelor.
Interesting.
These air fryers, it's really good.
So, hey, man, if we activate you, turn you into a Jedi, and then all of a sudden all the women are like, wow, I don't know, that Bob sure is looking attractive lately. What are you going to do, man?
Oh, shucks. That'll be good.
You'd like that?
That'll be good. We don't have to get into that on the air. Mm-hmm. But, yeah. I mean, it's, the RV also. We're all waiting still. We're waiting for the. But one of these days, there's going to be what do they call it? Non-disclosure. You're not going to be able to even talk about it for 90 days. Okay. So. All
right. Well, listen, we're getting close to the 48-minute, 10-minute to the halfway mark here. So I just want to review real quick what we're trying to do here. Okay, real fast.
Sure.
Instead of talking. Yeah. Shut. No, it's okay. I'm just real quick a review. If you've been listening to this and you're wondering what the heck it is, the Jedi and all this, yes, we are forming a posse of people that are basically going to have their astral bodies activated so that they can be used for the purposes of serving the side of light in a battle against darkness. And it's not really important to ask questions because, as I said, the most important part of this process is that you pray and commit yourself to Jesus, our commander, when you're ready to do this. And once you've done that, there really is nothing that you have to worry about. And one more thing I'm going to mention here. There really is no danger whatsoever, but just from my own personal experience, I know that if you are ever faced with something formidable, it doesn't matter what it is, it really doesn't last very long because just the name of Jesus in your mind, on your lips, on your tongue, you don't even have to say it. It's just wanting to say the name is enough as having to said it, and you'll see an instantaneous reaction. So once again, I just want to remind you all that the protection that we have and the power and authority we have is the highest that you can possibly achieve. So the status of what we're doing and status, I don't really want to say that like that, but let's just say your reward will be your name written on a wall in heaven. That's about it. And you can certainly have satisfaction. You can certainly enjoy the benefits that you will attain here in the 3D, having opened up your flow and being activated. That's all good, but ultimately, a good Jedi is going to learn to always be under control, and this really has a lot to do with your emotions, because as we continue down this road, you're going to be involved in far more crazy, wild things, and your life may take all sorts of interesting turns that you may find very distracting or overwhelming. And what's important is to learn to maintain an even keel and a relatively flat emotional perspective And that way, when you are faced with the highs and lows, you'll know that this is just part of the path that you're on, and you can navigate these things without having it affect you and causing your emotions to go through wild swings that can set you back and keep you from your mission, and certainly has a negative effect on your chi flow and all these things. So I don't expect you, most of the lessons you're going to learn, I expect you to use your own initiative to go out and study. Obviously, just about everything you could possibly need to know, I have put on videos. You can continue to watch any of my videos that have anything to do with Jedi or Reiki, and even any of the videos that have to do with dealing with the Getty and astral projection. There's so many of them, and I repeat myself and have so many interesting guests on that have said similar things. If you just spend the time and look at these videos, for the time being, that's probably the greatest resource that is available, other than hanging out with me all the time and talking about stuff, which isn't going to happen. Okay? I know, Bob. You haven't even made one effort to come down here and take me out to lunch, dude. I swear. What
God,
the hell,
yeah,
man?
I got it. Well, you know what? I've written you several times. You need to
Don't
get
be
me
making
your
excuses.
address.
All right, I'll give you my. How come I don't just give my phone
I
number?
I don't know. I know Orange County, 714.
La 17 done.
La Habra.
Dude, you can find me on Google. You just pull up to the house and go, "Hey, it's me, Bob." I'm like, "That you, Bob? Where's your RV, man?"
Yeah, we're gonna. I love that. I love that.
Okay. All right, listen, Bob. We're gonna go take a break, but listen, you don't get to flirt with a break girl, okay?
I won't. I'll put it on mute. But it's so great.
Yeah.
It really is good.
Yeah, keep it to yourself.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Hang on. I gotta close up this picture here and get my page back up. Okay, we are ready to go ahead and take a break, please. I'm gonna go ahead and mute here. Hopefully, you're standing by. Are you ready? Hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, here you
All
go. It's
right.
all yours. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Truthcat Radio Network, very well. Welcome to the Stephen D. Kelley Show. Thursdays, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Western Time. Here with October 2019. Tonight's show, Jedi Initiation, www.truthcatradio.com. Steve is trying here to save the world and save the children kept sexually enslaved under the Getty Center Museum in LA, California. Almighty Lord in heaven. And that's the petition. But now the one and only Truthcat, a radio guest, owner and producer, broadcasting from Los Angeles, California. And number one, this is a live interactive radio program, meaning you could call on to the second hour. Please write the number down. It is 714-598-3125. I'll say it again. 714-598-3125. Also, if you can find it easier to contact him via Skype, its address stephen.d.kelley. Mention you would like to join the show and Steve shall connect you right away. Number two, it's Twitter @1StephenDKelley. Hashtag Occupy Thy Getty petitions. And here we go to the petition. Rescue the children under the Getty Center in Los Angeles. Started September 27th, 2019. The call to rescue the children held captive under the Getty Center in LA is 6 years old now. This petition, as with the previous hashtag Occupy Thy Getty petitions, are made to get your attention, Mr. POTUS, please. We know you see this and are trying to stifle our efforts to end this evil criminal activity being done by your NSA. We are getting stronger and your Chabad Mossad masters will soon be removed from Earth. Perhaps you ignore the evil done in those bunkers. Maybe you participate, hopefully not. Either way, we will see this end, and history will mark those that fought against our righteous cause. God bless those with the courage to sign this. And the second petition, declare Chabad an enemy foreign agent of influence. This tiny cult comprising the 2% of the Hebrew faith is actually a worldwide mafia organization using the religion to mask criminal activities. We know you are intimately aware of this, so the purpose of this petition is to expose and educate people before this genocidal sect can instigate World War III. Everybody needs to remember and be advised that TruthCat radio broadcast is entirely listener supported. We have to remind everybody to please be so nice to send Steve some money. And please do so because he appreciates all your contributions. If you are able to financially contribute, please find using PayPal account Stephen Kelley 714 at gmail.com. I'll spell that for you. STEVENKELLEY 714 at gmail.com. If you do so, please be so kind to say it's for friends or family in order to receive your entire dollar. For more information, please go to the webpage TruthCat Radio and support, or also you could use Patreon, patreon.com/Stephen D. Kelley for a monthly financial support. Might you be interested to becoming part of TruthCat Radio or help whatsoever for Jedi time initiation, or also for Saturday's healings or for healings? Please let him know by his email law17gun@aol.com, law17gun@aol.com, and you'll receive his book, Lasers, Cavers, and Magic. And the same book it can be found on titled Cities Under the Plane, Amazon Kindle for about $7. Yes, cities under the plane mean these underground metropolitans built by military service to enslaved humanity, and children are kept sexually enslaved in there. That's why we need your help. Please support YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and leave a nice comment and share. Okay, those are past 5 minutes. We ask all in the name of Jesus the Nazarene, from the Garden of Gethsemane. Almighty Lord in heaven, thank you for closing down child trafficking and arresting those involved. The Holy Spirit and Jesus and the Providence who help us all. Yes. Mr. Kitten, as soon as you come back, I will say a last prayer. Eternal Father, Creator of this universe, hear this hour our earnest prayer. Anoint our eyes, our ears, our lips, our minds, our hearts, and our souls with your eternal divine inner flame of fire. Provide us now with perfect health, abundance, longevity. O Lord, revitalize and redirect our energies into your divine service. Touch us now with your divine inner flame of fire. Cause us to be the perfect masters that you intend us to be. Yes.
Okay. I'm back.
Yeah.
I got your message.
Yeah.
I heard your signal. Okay, I just realized something during the break, and this is kind of scary, but I think it's pretty realistic. And as I said during the show a little earlier, that I noticed in Fry's, nothing on the shelves, no electronics, no monitors, no whatever, okay? Well, what we're in the middle of a trade war with China because of something going on with Trump, of course. So that would certainly have an effect on, if we're buying everything from China right now, which certainly seems to be the case. It looks like somebody may have stepped in it, at least if you want to buy Chinese-made goods, which is half the stuff that we sell here now. So that's an interesting development. All right. Anyway, now's the time for people to come and join us. And I gotta harass RD. All right, RD, get your butt in here. It's time. Who else we got out there? Oh, there he is. There's RD. He probably... Oh, it didn't work. Hang on. There he is. Add. See if he wants to come in. Brian, I activated you too, Brian, but I don't know what kind of weapon you got. I don't know if you're out there. But you guys, so you don't have to use your sword. Okay, RD there. You heard me telling how you got all this ridiculous weapons. I'm
You
like,
want a
what
little?
the?
You want a little story?
What are you going to tell me? Why you have all these ridiculous weapons and why you couldn't make up your mind? And what's with all these curved blades, man? What's with the curved blades?
Okay, this is really interesting. You know, some weeks ago, just to tire myself out at night so I could sleep, with doing an inordinately large amount of, once I go to sleep, I stay under for a long time, and I wake up totally drained. But anyway, so a few weeks back, because of some of the visual imagery to this video game and what the character does and accumulates, you know, there's scenes where you take out a really bad guy and you get this awesome burst of light and thousands of tiny black evil things disappearing into a black hole.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I've been using for go to sleep imagery. Well, throughout the game, you know, you start off with a sword and a shield, then you get this awesome boomerang. You can put bombs on your arrows. There's a grappling hook. There's a suit of armor that it only depletes your coins or whatever like that, and you take no damage. Mm-hmm. I've been playing a lot of that game to go to sleep.
Okay, well, that sounds pretty creepy, but no Asian, no Chinese looking stuff. It's like all these Chinese weapons. I'm like, what's with all these Chinese weapons?
Well, that's really interesting because I was just, I was kind of looking at some things lately historically that go on that theme. Isn't that odd? That's all right, well, sure, but nothing. Yeah, like
a bow staff. I think that's what they call it, a bow staff.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know what it is.
Yeah.
You know, it's a funny thing because I think I'm going to be in that category that I don't need to remember much, but that's why I kind of like that one video thing. It's a little softer version. I don't need to. There's a lot I don't think we need to know specifically.
You don't need to remember nothing.
But if I do remember something, there'll be a good reason for it. But when you made that comment about, wow, you know, with all these different choices of weapons, I thought of this character that has a plethora of options, you know. But the neat part is, it's almost indestructible. I mean, you can't die in this game.
Okay, enough of this silly game, but, you know, obviously, okay, so your brain is all kinds of weird places because of that silly game. I got it. Well, that makes sense. All right, Brian, what about you, man? What's going on?
Oh, well, the only thing I can say is the next day after our last email, I did not want to get out of bed, and I was tired for the first part of the morning, but I was kind of like out of it.
Well, yeah. I've been like that for days and weeks. I get up and I want to go right back to bed.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I knew what I was supposed to be doing, but I was walking around like, what am I doing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like a zombie.
I don't know. It was weird.
Around.
Yeah, well, for a couple hours.
Yeah, that's what you get kind of. I remember the first time. Well, you know, when we did the big Getty mission, that was like a 4-day mission, I think, and it was like those 4 days were like spent in bed, practically in and out of bed, and then afterwards it was all this physical. The exhaustion. Yeah, you're tired, but at the same time you have sore muscles too, which is bizarre. Like my right arm would be really sore. Like, gee, what have I been doing with this arm these last 4 days? I've only been sleeping. Geez. And or you're pumped. Okay, you know, like if you lift weights, you know, you get a little pump. But then here you are doing nothing, and you wake up and you got a pump going on. You're like, what the heck? I don't remember working out.
Yeah, you wake up feeling like you just came back from a workout or something, or like the end of the day in boot camp when you can't wait to bury yourself.
Like you've been walking miles, huh? Like you've been walking miles, yeah.
You're going to drop.
That's how I felt yesterday.
I feel like I
all
the time.
But my feet hurt.
Now you know how I feel all the time. It's like I've been walking endless miles all the time. That and, well, you know, things are sore that shouldn't be sore, but, you know. But anyway, that's fun. I'm glad you noticed it. other like that one guy that fell asleep with a sword on his chest. He said the same thing. He said he had a very, very restless sleep, which is the least you would say. Well, yeah, you guys, you know what happened is everybody got activated, and you all went out and went nuts. And well, I want to say went nuts, but you know what I mean. I'm sure there was a lot of activity. I basically told Rambo to put you all to work. You know, so no doubt. I'm waiting for one of you guys to meet Rambo and come back and tell me about Rambo. That'd be fun.
I don't know if this is anything because I get agitated in traffic anyway. But that next morning, I was like, "Get out of my way! Get out of my
kill." I know, huh? Because you're in war mode. You're still in war mode.
Yeah, that's what I felt like. It was like I was just instantly like, "Get out of my way!"
That's right. Yeah, it's funny, huh? You stay in that mode for a little while. Yeah, well. Now, Missy, I don't think we did that to you, did we? I don't think so, huh? No. Let's see, who else do we got here? Bob has not done it. Oh, who else we got out there? Anyone else has has an interesting story they want to share with us, certainly we'd like to hear. Let me look and see who's all here anyway. Just out of curiosity. Germany is still here. Still got India, Philippines. Well, I didn't really advertise, so we have an unknown here just joined us. Hello, unknown. Who are you? Germany's been here for a while, though. Greetings, Germany. Guten Tag. I'm getting bored, you guys. What else is going on? Oh, I'll tell you, though. RD, here's something I realized when we activated the new Evil RD. We did not make the new Evil RD admin on any other pages. I had,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was real sudden and quick, but I think it's under control. Okay. I mean, I see the usual. I don't get in too much, but I saw that big surge of membership and then a die-off over issues, and it was probably people didn't need to be there. And I think a lot of it's been trolls intentionally coming there, But
yeah. We get a lot of that.
It's looking better.
You know what? It's funny because somebody will go to a page, they'll say, oh, these people on this page are horrible. They're saying these terrible things. So a few hundred people will come over to our page to see if it's true. And some of them will make some comments and stuff. And it's really kind of funny and pathetic in a way, because I think, really, did you think that you were going to, save Donald Trump or something? I mean, your comment is going to somehow help him get reelected. What are you thinking? He's so hard up, he needs your little comment to keep him in office? I don't get it. That's kind of
I admit not following too many of the details for the past few weeks, because I kind of see where it's all going. I've been trying to figure out, why is the Democratic so dismal? Like, none of these people, and all of a sudden, who pops up out of nowhere? People are going to go, oh, thank God she showed up.
Oh, Hillary, huh? Oh, yeah. That's right, huh? Yeah. Hillary's going to save the day.
Well, let's not go there, but I don't think it's the same real her, so let's forget about it.
Oh, they pulled out a clone, huh?
I pay attention to photographs and dates and postings, and there's been so many age-different versions of her. What's going on? I mean, so I really don't care. It's low-hanging fruit.
Well, you know what? I want to do it, okay?
I think what you're saying about Trump and all this is spot on. What entity had the power worldwide or whatever to overcome what they attempted with him not getting elected? I mean, that was a big power play. Because look at what...
Yeah, that's true. Dude, okay. RD, I got to tell you something. Did you ever look at the comments on the videos, the damn YouTube videos?
Yeah, sometimes I do.
You see that one comment that one dude made?
Oh,
he goes, yo, Steve, I like your stuff, but tell your mates to stop interrupting you, or something like that. And I'm thinking, okay, so I'm going to pick on you. Like, they just want you to I don't mean don't talk. You know what I mean? It's like these fuckers.
Well, I actually like getting more out of listening. Not that I don't mind talking, but back to the thing about the segue back to the show issue.
Right.
If I had a choice, what I really like is this really powerful bow with has these dispersing bombs on the end of the needle.
Oh, yeah, but it's just
Oh, you get back.
All right, let me just say this. The stuff that works the best in my experience is the kung fu and the knives. Okay? That's the best. And then there's that's like the most common. Everybody uses it. There's a lot of throwing stars and things like that. And throwing stars and big knives and swords and kung fu, martial arts. That's the gist of it. That's the most of it. And if anything, even though I'm kind of prone to using guns, the people that use the guns and conventional stuff are at a disadvantage. Okay. That's just the way it is. From those are what I've seen in the battles. Okay. Check the Jedi YouTube comments.
Maybe
Everybody loves a good knife.
Maybe I'll get my wife to take me out with her boomerangs and show me, just for the fun of it.
Do that.
Yeah.
Oh man, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. Come on, and everybody's gonna get trained up, right?
Yeah, I'm basically gonna, following the lead. I mean,
Rambo's gonna tell you what to do.
They're gonna know better than me.
Yeah. It's like I don't worry about it, to be honest with you. In fact,
me either.
The whole idea of even doing this, just taking a whole bunch of people and say you're a Jedi, you're a Jedi, you're a Jedi. I mean, it's just not done, So this is actually kind of cool. I think it's something different. All right, who's feeding that cat out there and making all that noise?
Yeah, but I think you need to do it though, because we're at a crossroads here with what you were talking about earlier with options. There is no one to vote for.
Well, it's better to be in jail. That's what I say.
And they all need to be in jail. Exactly. Every one of them are criminals.
Pretty much. That makes it easier if they're all in jail. But it's not looking too good right now. That's all I can say. All right. Somebody's telling me to look at the comments in the Jedi. Let's see. I think he just left some fresh comment. I have to see what he has to say. Cheers? No. Okay. I missed it. You guys there? How come I don't hear anything?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, that got weird.
I'm here.
Okay, Bob. Thank you. Now, let's see. What else more can I tell you? Obviously, I think everybody that's gotten involved so far isn't really. I don't really have to worry about it at all as far as anybody abusing this sort of thing. I think, if anything, what's going to happen is it's a little bit of a novelty. Okay, when it first happens, like the first day, you'll notice people treat you a little differently, stuff like that, and I think you're going to be intrigued by that, and you're going to want to explore that, and you're going to think it's all fun and innocent, and you're going to want to have it happen often. You're going to want to go out and go, oh, wow, that person treated me really cool. Oh, this person was really nice to me. It's like, oh, let's go do this. Let's see how this person acts, So if you feel that's a necessary thing to do, fine, get it out of your system. And as long as you're not abusing people and getting them to do things like, give you money or have sex with you or something like that, then, it's all good, right? That's what I say.
Yeah, I'm not really in it for any of that. I just want to get the planet fixed and get these evil pieces of shit out of here.
Yeah, screw those bastards.
Get it done. Get it done.
Get it done.
Yeah. Get her done.
We gotta get some. We haven't had a whole lot of callers yet. Well, this is what I get for not advertising. I probably put the wrong date on my show and everything, but we're only 15 minutes in the second hour, but I'm just having a good time. But it's like I said, guys. It's like, and from the last show that this Trump crap and this World War III crap has got me worried. And this is why we're doing the Jedi stuff, and this is why I'm talking about digging holes in the backyard and why we're taking these desperate measures, because, yes, indoctrinating a whole bunch of Jedi is a desperate measure. And it's probably something I should have done a long time ago. But what else are we supposed to do, right? This is like, I feel like Hitler, and I'm taking all my Hitler youth thing, I'm sending him to the front line. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not as pathetic as that, but I like to think of more as a Western, and I'm just giving everybody a badge and saying, you're all deputies. That's cool, right? Here's a 6-shooter. Swear on
It's better
swear
than
on the
sitting around
Bible.
doing nothing and just talking about it. We got to do something.
The one thing they don't want us to ever learn, and what do you call it? Human scalar. I mean,
Human
we all
scale. Well, yeah.
we all have it, and they just don't want us to know and use it.
Well,
It's-
that's 3D, okay? This is not 3D. This is something else. This is
okay.
activating your astral body. This is what I did is I drafted your astral body. You all guys got these astral bodies that sit around and take little trips and go to the superconscious and do this and that for you while you're dreaming, and they're your conscious and this and that. All I'm doing is asking you for permission to take your astral body and put it to work while you're in bed. See?
That's just it. I'm saying the people we've been talking about for the longest time, that's got to scare the shit out of them.
It totally does. It totally does.
This show should tweak them pretty good.
Well, yeah, because we're doing it and because people are all having similar experiences and it's real. That's the main thing, is it's real. I don't think that the people that we're fighting have any doubt that it's real, because I've already seen them in their vehicles fleeing with their Bitcoin, because my people are driving them. So, they're very much in fear, and they're doing everything they can to try to evade, and their little kingdom is falling apart. So most of what we're actually taking out right now are the cannon fodder that they put there to kind of get in our way before we get to them. Okay, that's what's going on right now.
Oh yeah, sacrificing the pawns.
Well, yeah, we gotta do that. It's just the way it is. But I don't know. It's not our job. We don't judge. We just have to. We have this big job ahead of us, and the quicker we get through it, the quicker the stuff will move. And that's why I'm trying to multiply our efforts so that it moves faster. That's all. And
So
at
are
the
they
same
able
time,
to see any of this coming?
said what now? Say what?
Are they able to see any of this coming and try to counter? Or,
Well,
I'm saying?
no. First of all, they've seen this coming for a long, long time. They didn't know how it was going to manifest, and they never knew if I was going to do it or not. So they have all sorts of crazy ideas about what they think I will do. I usually don't do the thing that they think I'm going to do. I'll do something else. I personally don't think they saw this coming. I could be wrong, but I just figured this out myself. Okay. But it wouldn't surprise me if they already knew. I mean, they've exhibited knowing stuff that I would do before I did it. So, you got to give them a little bit of credit. But hey, I think it's wonderful, don't you? I mean, come on, right?
I'm just here to expedite it.
Yeah. And there's no reason. It's like all I'm doing is taking your little dream body. Imagine if Freddy Krueger went around and instead of killing all the kids, he said, "Hey, kids, here's an Uzi. Let's go slay these demons." Yeah, Freddy, you're cool. That's what we're doing. Seriously. And the demons are going, "What the fuck? When did that happen?"
Kind of brings a new dimension to slaying dragons.
Well, dragons, whatever. But the point is that, and people say, well, whatever. You can say whatever you want. But the bottom line is, it says right there, Christ is going to use our foot to slay to step on, to crush the serpent. And they also say, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood. So, yeah, we're not wrestling against flesh and blood. We're wrestling real hard against stuff that's not flesh and blood. And this is how you do it. Dark powers in dark places.
Yeah.
Right? This is how it's done.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's supposed to be, but I'm excited to get these missions going.
They're already going, man. Look at you guys. You guys dove into it the first fucking night. What are you talking about?
Come on.
Well, I know. I know, but I don't remember it. So in my mind, I'm like, let's go.
Oh, yeah. You just remember being tired the next day. Uh-huh.
I wake up with, where in the hell have I been?
What did I do last night? Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. It's like, I never partied like that in a long time.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell? I smoked too much weed last night? Oh my God. I didn't drink. What the hell is this? My God. Anyway, you know what I mean. But no, I've been doing this for a long time, so it's not that bad. And you got to remember, I have Rambo too. It's not like I'm doing this. Rambo's doing it. Rambo's a damn stud. Okay, Rambo wants me to get in shape so that I can do big missions in the 3D. And I'm getting kind of old for that. I mean, every little thing's getting sore. I'm a tendonitis and 2 elbows now. Come on, it's like, really, Rambo? Jeez. Give me a segue, that's what I feel like. But no, yeah, you would certainly feel it a lot more than I would, I think, because you guys are all pretty new to this stuff. From an astral standpoint, you're astral newbies. Some of you aren't. I know, like several. I mean, don't let me get wrong. There's several of you have a lot of experience in the astral, so this stuff is not that big. And I got to tell you, a lot of the women are like that. There's a lot of women here who typically are like, I don't know what you call it, but they're already doing, I mean, like killing aliens and stuff. That there's at least a couple that have already killed aliens. You guys ever slay any aliens? Never?
Not
Missy,
that I'm aware of.
Not you aware of? Well, you'd know if you did. Missy, you ever kill an alien before? No? You don't want to talk about it? You're afraid to unmute. I know. You're probably off walking around taking care of the kids. Well, no, let me just say this. Obviously, alien killing usually involves strangling them, grabbing them by their little necks sort of thing while they're trying to do something to you, stuff like that. Or hitting them really hard when they're hanging over it. Hey, you get any gray activities with gray?
Hey.
You ever have to mess with those things? Just curious. Are you thinking or what? Huh?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. You ever mess with aliens?
I don't, not much, but I know that a lot of like Grim Reaper kind of guys, I take their heads off.
You mean Black Shadows guys, looking guys?
No, they're like in cloaks.
Oh, jeez.
Hooded cloaks.
Lovely. That's lovely. No, I haven't seen anything like that.
Red eyes.
Oh, you got some good ones. You get those guys in Georgia probably, huh? Or is that a Hawaiian thing? You get all kinds of weird stuff in Hawaii.
Yeah. Who knows?
All right. Go mute. Go back and mute, girl. There you go. Thank you. Well, no, it's just that obviously people get abducted, and sometimes the people that get involved in that stuff will wake up in the process and they can lash out and harm the aliens, at which point they aren't very useful to the aliens and they tend to have some abilities. But the other thing is, you got to remember also, like when I was doing the healing, I ran across people, and this one person I was working on had died several times on the operating table, and you can't help but anytime you take a trip to the other side like that, you bring stuff back with you, because in the 4D, your thought creates reality in the 3D. So the more time you actually spend in the 4D, the more abilities you have in the 3D to manifest reality. So that's just one of those things. And this is why we do healing, and this is why we become Jedi. So yes, the more time you spend over there doing this stuff, the more fun things you'll be able to do over on this side. Isn't that exciting? Oh yeah. I can't. Let me tell you. I've for the last few days or so, I've activated quite a few people. Okay, I don't want to tell exact numbers because, the spooks, they can look at my computer and they can get a pretty good clue of how many people actually got activated. But let's just say I got quite a few squads already. Okay. I think I got me how big is a platoon? RD, how big is a platoon?
Oh, isn't like 3 squads of 12? Maybe. Some.
Yeah, well, squads can be as small as like 4 people, though, right?
Well, all I remember was a squad had 3 fire teams, or 4 groups of 3.
All right. So fire team is 3 people. Okay, got it.
Something like, or it's 4 and 3 of them. The breakdown is something like 12 for 3 rows. So you're talking 36, and then you got a squad leader or platoon sergeant or something. I mean, you're in the 35 to 40 people range.
Uh-huh. Well, I got at least a platoon going on just with what we've activated here in the last few days. Okay, probably a little bit more than that. And that's pretty damn cool. Okay,
That's a lot.
For a couple of days' work. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We've had that many people answer the call. And I was kind of hoping that this show might open that up a little bit, because so far I've only really put the call out to people in the QAnon group. So technically this show is putting it out to the world. And I've read the letters. You know what's involved, and you understand that we're talking about Jesus here, and that's who we work for. As I came up with this acronym, I was like, Jedi, what's a Jedi? Let's see, what's a Jedi? Jedi. I go, it's Jesus Elite Divine Intervention. Okay, so that's what we are. We're divine. We're Jesus' elite divine intervention. That's what we do. We intervene divinely for Jesus. So if anyone asks you, what's a Jedi? Oh, okay. No, screw those. I'd rather be Obi-Wan than Yoda, that's for sure. But anyway.
How much easier can you make it for people? Like, what do I have to do? And go to sleep.
Yeah, what do you have to do? You have to want to do it. That's what you got to do. You got to want to do it.
Well, yeah, you do. I agree, but
no, physically, there's nothing to do. You might be a little tired when you wake up, right? But that's about it.
Yeah.
Hey, your platoon size depends on the military structure, but I think it could be as low as 15 and up to 40 or 50 or something like that.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Well, that makes a lot of sense. And we've got at least a platoon that we just put together. Now, I've had, obviously, there's quite a few more people that have been doing this. We've got a lot of people doing this. A lot of people are doing this. Obviously, I don't even know. They're just been doing it. They've come from all over the world. Since we started doing this last year, people have been coming. And something that I should mention also is that there's no real time. We're still thinking about linear time and all that. But when you do a mission, the mission you do might not be something that's going on right now. It might be something we already did or something in the future. Okay? Because there's no time over there. All right? So that way, if we have a big mission, there could be people involved in that mission that didn't join until many months after the mission. Like you guys right now that are joining right now, you are probably getting to participate in the big Getty mission that took place a couple of years ago, it seems like. Almost a couple of years ago now. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, that's a little much to wrap your head around when you think about it.
It's the way it is. It's retro. There's no time. It's retroactive, man. You'd be
right.
You go backwards and forwards in time. So what'd you think how it worked? Right? You're only now getting activated, but but I got to tell you, the big Getty mission was really big, and I only had so many people around, and then other people were like scattered all over a big, huge, giant area, and that's kind of how a lot of the stuff works. Also, it's not like it's not like you're all clumped in a big group and you all walk into battle. It's commando. It's just like, it's commandos, only lots and lots of commandos. Okay. So we're trying to overwhelm them. Otherwise, we'll be at this just forever. And I don't want that. We can't afford it. Right.
No, we need to do it now.
I'm getting a lot more positive vibes than I used to. So yeah, I wake up like you say, but not grumpy. I mean, it's like something good happened. And
I know what you mean. Huh?
Wouldn't it be nice to drop a hint or two once in a while? But I don't worry about it, because somewhere over the next few days or whatever, it pops in and fits. The pieces of the puzzle are coming together. Trying to explain it in words is difficult.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, that's what I'm trying to tell people. Don't even try to talk about it. Don't talk about it, because you really can't explain. It's like me trying to explain the physical changes that have been going on in my body. I can't. And I can't. I just can't. And why waste your time even trying to explain it to anybody? We're too busy. And that's the thing, like you say how you wake up, you don't really feel bad. You're in a halfway decent mood. Well, that's because we're being productive, and we're not being frustrated, and we're not having, despair or disenchantment, because we're actually being proactive and causing action, taking action, causing change.
Well, yeah, like after a really productive day, you felt good because you got more done than you thought. You're tired. You're going to crash out pretty soon, or whatever the feeling is.
And you get the endorphins.
Yeah, and you got a smile on your face.
You got the endorphins because you worked your ass off slaying whatever the hell it was. No, I'm sure the first night you guys all went. I bet Rambo had a field day with all you guys. Took you right into the heat of something or other, no doubt. Like, yeah, thank you. I don't know. Who knows? I haven't. This is kind of interesting because I remember now. Rambo was giving me a whole bunch of shit the other day. It was like about something. And then this happens. This is sort of a big change. This is really a big change from an astral standpoint. It is. I know I'm babbling about this, but like you said, it's really hard to describe. And when it's so ethereal, as someone said earlier, which is what it is, it's like it's not even happening. People think, isn't that nice? They think they're going to sleep and they're doing stuff. Like, isn't that nice? Yeah, well, if it was so innocent and ridiculous, then why are these assholes fleeing the country with their Bitcoin? Why are the bunkers getting empty? Why are they all running right now? Why is their stuff getting shut down? It's crazy. People don't realize that all this crap that's been going on, all this falling of the cabal, it all really, we started that. It all, after this matrix got broken, after the big Getty mission, is when everything really started to crash. And we're still seeing vestiges of that. And even the fact that Donald Trump is acting like a crazy person right now would suggest that the reality of it all is becoming a little too real. That's just what I think. Where's that Diane? Diane, get your butt in here. Where are you? Jeez, Diane.
Hey, you mentioned empty shelves in Fry's. Been in a couple of Walmarts lately because I'm still in California right now, and there's. Yeah, but I had to go up to Benicia, and then I came back, and I'm back in Westminster, but I haven't had 5 minutes to do anything.
All right.
But I noticed the shelves in Walmart are empty as well.
China. That's what it is. Yeah. China.
And even little stuff like toothbrushes and stuff like that. It's like they're not stocked up like they normally are.
All the crap that comes from China is not coming in. That must be why Donald Trump is freaking out right now, because the Chinese are saying, "Oh, screw you, Mr. Trump. You think so, right? Yeah, huh?" Hello, Diane.
But I was going to tell you on me being here, I got to go to Reno tomorrow for a week, and then if I come back, I am going to try to swing by before I head back home. So.
It's no try. It's only do. No try. Only do.
No,
all right, you guys. I got to tell you a story here real quick before I turn Diane loose. Okay. All right. Are you ready for this? All right. I'm doing official duties right now. Okay. I get this email 2 days ago, and it's an invitation to a party. Hey, mute. Diane, put your finger over the little thing. There you go. Anyway. I get this invitation to this party. It's for a book release party. And I'm not really sure who it was that sent me this thing. Somebody named David. I don't know if it's David Farman or what, but they sent me this invitation to this event. And apparently, hey, I don't want to talk over your... I'm just going to mute here. Oh, can I? Yeah, I can mute you. There we go. Come on, button, work. It won't work. Damn it. Oh, I can't. I can remove you from the call, but I can't mute you. Diane, mute yourself. Yeah, you mute yourself.
What do you hear?
I hear static from your phone, so stop it. Okay, just mute yourself.
I don't. This phone doesn't have a mute button.
Okay, well, put your little finger over the little hole where the voice goes in. Okay, plug up that hole with your finger. Okay, very good. That's the old-fashioned prehistoric mute. Is you finger. That's what we used to do in the old days. We used to have our hand. We'd put it over the thing of a phone. We'd go, shh, Mom can hear you. Shut up. Okay, Mom. No, I'm not having a party. Oh, there, I can hear her again. Look at that. You'd never get away with anything like that. I have sensitive. All right, look, Diane, you have to call me back in a minute. All right, cool. I just can't think with that noise. Sorry. Okay, real quick. Let me just finish the story. The book is called Ghosts of Cielo Drive, Cielo, star in Spanish. And what it is this is the street where Roman Polanski's home was, and Sharon Tate LaBianca a la Manson murders took place. The home where the murders took place, where Sharon Tate was killed and all that, is no longer there. It has been torn down. It's a vacant lot, but the home that this person lives in was built 150 feet away from that location, so it's relatively close. Anyway, he claims that his home is being haunted by these people from this Manson murder, and that's what this book is about. Anyway, I was invited to this party in Beverly Hills at this home on Saturday night, and I think it's highly bizarre because, first of all, it's an interesting subject, and the thing that they were looking for is people who are so-called media influencers. So I'm assuming that I'm a media influencer, I guess, social media influencer, and what else? Celebrities and, oh gosh, I don't know, this and that. So, yeah, I guess I fall into these categories. But I find this very interesting and intriguing. I'm kind of looking forward to it. At the same time, I never know what's going on, if it's a trap, because it looked to me like the guest list only had 50 people on it. And at the same time, it was being handled by a professional service. Eventbrite was the service, which is something you might see covering a big lecture series or a concert or something of this nature. And this is a private event that is free. And yet they've got this very sophisticated ticket distribution service handling the RSVP. Very bizarre. So, no, I didn't remember waking up and becoming this big media personality any time recently, but it is kind of I guess maybe it's because of all the Jedi stuff that people think, well, here's a guy that does all this healing, who knows what. That may have something to do with it. But I don't know. It all sounds very bizarre. What do you guys think about that? Anybody have any weird ideas about that? You think it's a
How was
trap?
the party?
I didn't
How
go
was
to the
the
party, man. It's on Saturday, dude.
Oh, good.
If
Okay.
I'd be
Good. We'll
telling
hear
you
next week.
if I'm here next week, if they don't try to kill me and bury me out in Manson Estate. No, obviously they're not going to try to do anything. People are just assuming that I'll be packing, but why would I do that, right? Anyway, it's cold enough.
I would be cautious, but maybe go and check it out. You might get some info out of it.
Dude, I've RSVP'd. I was like the second person to reserve tickets. So yeah, I'm going. But they said there'll be food and lots of spirits. All sorts of spirits of different kinds. Spirits of different kinds. So
Yeah, all the liquid spirits.
Well, yeah, but come on, it's like, oh gee, I'm so afraid, right? That's probably why they want me there.
Oh, man.
Could be, huh?
Protection?
Maybe somebody said, we should probably invite Rambo to this party.
Yeah, I was just saying, maybe it's the other way around. Like, hey, you know what?
Maybe this guy might be a good person to have here. Yeah, could be. I don't know. Who knows what these people think? But so I'm quasi flattered, and I'm certainly intrigued. And it's not every day you get invited to a party in Beverly Hills, let alone one next door to the location where the Tate LaBianca murders took place. That's sort of a little bizarre in October, no less, right? Hey, by the way, Bob, what the hell high holidays are going on here? You still here? What's going on?
It's Rosh Hashanah was last. That's the beginning of the new year in Judaism, and it's let's see, and then Yom Kippur, which is the holiest day,
Oh.
the Day of Atonement.
What day is that?
Next, well, let's see. It starts Tuesday night at sundown, and then Wednesday night is when they break the fast.
Oh.
And that's, when a lot of Jewish people, they go to temple and they're a little grumpy. They're a little grumpy for not eating, and if everybody's bitching, but
But doesn't everybody eat at temple, or do they go home? And
eat? They break the fast. Well, you're supposed to eat the day before, of course. Have a meal, and that's where I'm going to be going to the Lowell Cafe and have my pre meal, and then I don't know. My family always has it, and it's very difficult being with family members because I've always been crazy Uncle Bob ever since 9/11/01.
Jeez.
So and then my brother-in-law works for the Rand Corporation. And
Oh my God!
Oh my God! Here's Tavistock, and oh my,
He's in the thick of it. He's in the thick of it, hardcore.
Well, and I feel a great responsibility because I want to tell my brothers that that great state of Israel, let's look at the facts. Look at the facts and don't look with your heart. I don't know.
Well, I know. Well, good luck with that, huh? Good luck with that.
Oh boy! But I want you to have a good time at the party.
I'm sure it'll be fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And you're going to my neck of the woods. I'm not actually in Beverly Hills. I'm in the Beverly Fairfax area, but
that's pretty close. So.
Not too far. Yeah, I guess I'll be able to pick up your vibes.
In a little bit, huh? If I'm in trouble,
Yeah.
There's been a disturbance. Steven needs me.
DK's in the hood.
You got a whole lot more backup now.
Yeah, that's true, huh? The posse, a lot of posse. Well,
It's this whole thing with Rambo. It's like, as above, so below. Is that what we're talking about overall?
No, well, that doesn't apply to this at all. But Rambo, I mean, what do you want to know about Rambo? Just to be specific. Rambo doesn't like me talking.
I mean, when did you become aware of him first? When were you introduced to him?
Oh, well, it took a while because other people that I would deal with would come into contact with Rambo long before I did, and they go, "Wow, did you know about this person? Did you know about this? Did you know about that?" And I keep hearing the same thing, and that's when I became aware. And it wasn't until I actually had a psychic that I was working with. I remember we were just hanging out. This is the thing about when you're channeling people. Psychics, when they channel, a lot of, believe it or not, they don't really like to do it. Okay, and especially because it's work. Okay, you're having a conversation with somebody, you're socializing, and you go, "Oh, hey, let's talk to John Lennon." They're like, I mean, John Lennon's fun. He's cool. He's not so bad. But let's say you want to talk to your parents or somebody, then it's more like work because it's actually work. But one time I had the opportunity to talk to Rambo, and I had some questions, and the answers were really good because they told me a lot of stuff that I had no clue that it was like that. Like, for instance, the way the densities were. I mean, I knew about the densities, but I didn't really understand certain aspects, like the 8th level. I didn't really understand the 8th level. He explained the 8th level to me, which is the Holy Spirit, and that kind of blew me away because it corresponded to things I've heard other people say, and it makes a lot of sense now that I understand it. But and then beyond that,
what year was this?
What year was it? I don't know. A couple of years ago, at least. Wasn't that long ago. 2 or 3 years ago, something like that. It's been a while, but whatever. But there's some things you just always know. Even when you're a kid, certain stuff. You're growing up, right? You're like, how do I know that? But anyway, Rambo. No, Rambo's Rambo. again, we've had shows, and I've talked about this before, right? I mean, I'm sure I have. Talking about Rambo. He doesn't like it, to be honest with you. But Rambo is an 8th density entity. He's one of the golden pillars, as I call it, or one of the 12 masters. There's a name, 12 elders, something like that. And technically, this is the Holy Spirit, and the 12 are actually made up of multiple individuals. That each one of these entities is made up of many, many individuals, and as such, Rambo is actually one persona of this entity. There's other individuals, other personas that make up this entity that is Rambo. On the 8th level, Rambo would be like a single entity, but it would be made up of multiple entities. And on this level, there is, from what I understand, there are 5 entities or personalities or personas that are actually separate entities, separate individuals, because they're actually on the 8th level, the individuals merge, but on these lower levels, the individuals separate back to their individual personalities. And I know of Rambo, and I know of the monk, which I don't really know much about the monk, but it's pretty easy to figure out what the monk's all about. And then there's 3 others that I haven't been allowed to really learn anything about, that supposedly Rambo says when it's time, I'll be told about those other 3. So that's what's going on. Okay. Does that sound like the craziest fucking thing you ever heard?
No, there's a lot of a lot of individuals channel. I mean, the first time I've been exposed to that was the Seth material. Seth Speaks with Jake Roberts.
Yeah, I don't like channels, dude. I don't like channels, to be honest with you. I don't like them, especially if they're selling their stuff. Okay, that guy was selling this stuff, huh? How many people?
Not really, just books.
Exactly, just books. They sell books. They make it a career out of it. That's selling. They all do it. Look at that guy that channels Bashar, Anka, Daryl Anka. How much money does he make channeling Bashar? How much money does Bashar get out of that? None. Have you ever met Daryl Anka? He's not exactly he's kind of a crude person. He's not really exactly a fun guy. Bashar's very interesting, very spiritual, but Daryl Anka's kind of a jerk. Okay? So anyway, listen, guys, I'm going to wrap it up since we're down to the last 10 minutes. Is that cool? I lost Diane.
Hey.
Maybe I should bring Diane back here real quick, and I'll put up with her little noisiness. Add. Here we go. See if she picks up. It's just that my headphones and stuff are really, really sensitive. The microphone I was trying to set up actually has a preamp, and if I can get it working, it has a monitor function, so I can actually hear my voice, and I can set all these things, because right now I'm using a system that doesn't have that. It's kind of unprofessional, you know. But, doesn't look like Diane picked up. Hello, you hear Diane?
Good.
There she is.
Hello, Stephen.
All right, we got about roughly 10 minutes. You want to go ahead and give us your prayer of the evening?
Oh, sure.
All right, go for it.
Okay. Dear Father in heaven, we do come to you because we know that you gave us Jesus, who died for our sins, our Savior. His blood covers our sins, and we can rest in that. He does not see us as anything but righteous. And we get our power through him and the Holy Spirit to fight. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. For my righteousness is of the Lord. But whatsoever I do will prosper. For I am like a tree that's planted by the rivers of water. I am increasing in the knowledge of God. I am strengthened with all might according to his glorious power. I am delivered from the power of darkness, and I am translated into the kingdom of his dear Son. I am born of God, and I have world overcoming faith residing on the inside of me. For greater is He that is in me than he that is in the world. I will do all things through Christ, which strengthens me, and the joy of the Lord is my strength. The Lord is the strength of my life. The peace of God, which passeth all understanding, keeps my heart and my mind through Christ Jesus. And things which are good and pure and perfect and lovely and of good report, I think on these things. Therefore, in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, I bind the principalities, the powers, the rulers of darkness of this world. I bind and cast down spiritual wickedness in high places and render them harmless and ineffective against us in the name of Jesus. And we carry on to save the children. Thank you, Jesus.
Goodness gracious. She probably did all that while I hung up, after I hung up on her, she went and wrote that all up.
No, I did that beforehand.
I
But
know.
but I want to
That
say
was a good
something.
one. Thank you.
I thank you, honey. You know, I had this week a real awakening that there's people that are going to try to bring you down, and if you allow them to, they can make you ugly.
Don't
And
bring me down.
no. This is serious. And
Don't bring me
I was
down.
looking at myself, and I thought, I do not like
I'm in
myself.
love.
I do not like what I'm becoming when I have to argue with
She
these
knows
people.
it's gonna last. Huh?
Okay?
I'm sorry, what? I was channeling George Harrison there, I think it was.
I do not like to be brought down and have to. I want to be loving and kind, basically.
All right. Well, listen.
So,
Me, Diane. I'm gonna be a real mean son of a gun. But at the same
isn't
time,
that Rambo?
I can still heal people too. Remember, I am Rambo and the monk. Okay.
Yeah, but you're different though. You're not
I
Rambo.
you can go from Rambo 1 minute and be a monk the next.
But you're not really Rambo.
Rambo's me and I am Rambo. No, I'm not Rambo. I don't go out. Well, of course I'm Rambo. Who else? Who's Rambo?
That's a demon spirit,
Oh,
anger.
Rambo's not a demon spirit. Rambo's not angry when he does anything. You missed what I said. This is not about emotion. We are surgeons removing cancer. We don't do it with emotion. We don't hate the cancer. It's just our job to remove it.
But when you get mean
Rambo
and
is one part of
swear,
Steven.
Rambo
the angry
looks like
part.
me. Rambo's me. Okay, come on.
Oh, he does the fighting.
Rambo does the higher level stuff, and on this level, it's me. Okay.
Okay.
On this level, it's just me. You just get me on this level. How lucky is that?
So I'm not argumentative Okay, was I arguing with
you? Are now. When I'm trying to go home and leave.
Well, the point is that I don't like to. I want to be loving and kind, and it's just that I was getting depressed because people that I was running into were making me do and say things that I didn't feel were lovely. And
you should have seen me telling people to fuck off all week, huh, guys?
Really?
Oh my God, it was horrible.
Well,
dude, you say one mean, rude thing to me, and I'm gonna first mute you, and then I'm going to rip your rear end off, and you're gonna. Most of these people will stick around and watch it for as long as they can until I can't watch this anymore, and they leave.
Oh well, that's I guess the man's way of doing.
That's the man's way of doing it.
But I just said kindly that I'm, not happy with the person I become.
Okay, well, all right. Well, we don't want to send you to. Remind me not to send you into battle, okay? That's probably why we haven't made you a Jedi yet, huh?
I'm a prayer warrior.
Okay, well, you do your prayer warrior thing, and
I'm a
we'll
prayer
do our
intercessor.
slaughter thing. Jedi slaughter, okay?
I pray to the Father for Truth Cat.
Okay.
Put a hedge of protection around Truth Cat, Father, and Stephen D. Kelley, and all the warriors that are out there fighting to save the children.
And I'm happy we have more.
In the name of Jesus.
There you
And
go.
thank you for keeping him prosperous and
Prosperous. That's a good one.
people sending and helping financially.
Yeah, there you go.
To keep him going.
Yeah, I want to buy a monitor.
And those who have a heart to give, please give to Stephen. Because he will do well with the money that you contribute.
But I won't give it all.
It is only helping our world. Okay.
Well, yeah, I do appreciate it. Oh, by the way, I should just say this because I know so many people don't do it, but if you do the PayPal, unless you want to give PayPal money, try to hit the thing where it says that you're sending it to a friend. In other words, if you don't do that, they're going to think you're buying something and they're going to expect me to send you an invoice and all this sort of thing. And it's just kind of it'd be much easier if you just hit the friend click on it. Okay. And if you write that in the message, it doesn't really do anything. You have to.
Can we still send you a card with?
Of course you can.
The cash?
You haven't sent me in a card like in forever. When was last time? My birthday, maybe. Birthday, probably, huh? Maybe
no. Yeah. No, I was waiting till maybe Thanksgiving, but I guess that won't be good.
Oh, Diane. Thanksgiving is wonderful. It's all wonderful. You're so good to me anyway. You do whatever you want, okay?
Hey, Stephen, can I give your address over the phone for
No, you can't give my address over the phone, people. All right, look.
It's right on Support Us.
That's right. If you go to our www.truthcatradio.com, it will be in. If you hit the button that says Support Us, that address will be there. But otherwise, I don't give it out. The reason why I don't do it is...
If they want to send a check in a card, they have to put cash.
Well...
Right? Or did you change?
Checks are just bad because I don't have a bank. That's all. I have to get somebody to try to cash this thing. That's all. But no.
Well, should we write Stephen D. Kelley?
No, you just write cash. Stephen D. Kelley's fine. Yeah, or it doesn't really matter. People write Truth Cat. It makes it into the bank. It's all good. I just have to co-sign it and it's all good. But again, it happens so rarely. It's not like something I think about very often. People don't usually send me checks and stuff.
No, but it goes with a card.
Well, that's fine. If you want to send me a card, I love cards. I love goodies in the mail. Nothing more than fun stuff in the mail. I haven't seen a fun box from Hawaii in a while. I used to get these fun boxes from Hawaii. Only she would send these cookies that would always, by the time I got them, they would be like in crumbs. You see?
Do you take aloe juice?
Oh gosh, this is getting too late in the show for me to talk about that stuff.
Do you grow aloe?
No, but I'm thinking about getting some, so I apply it to my skin when necessary, when I have a burn. But listen, we ran out of time. I have to tell you that they just made it illegal. The FDA basically took it off the shelves. It used to be in all sorts of products, and they took it off because people realized it was good. And the FDA said, "Oh, we can't have that." All right, Diane, you had your prayer. I'm going to get rid of you right now. Okay, say good night.
Good night.
All right, RD. I'll talk to you soon. All right.
Good night.
All right. Have fun on QAnon. All right. Get in there and raise hell. Okay.
I will.
Watch out for trolls. Take it easy, man. Later.
Okay.
Brian. All right, Missy.
All right,
looks
man.
like
You have a good night.
get out of here. Have fun. Say hi to the wife. All right.
I will.
Well, that's right. You're not in town. You can't say hi to the wife.
I got a caller right now.
All right. Well, don't be a stranger, man. I know you always call me when I'm busy, but that's okay. Do it anyway. Okay.
Yeah, I will.
All right. Later on, man.
Don't worry about that.
All right, Missy.
Okay, I'll try to bubble wrap the cookies next time.
No, cookies just don't ship, you know? I mean, oh my God, the stuff that you send, Let me think. What's the best? I'll tell you,
Yeah.
the macadamias lasted like forever. I don't think they're there anymore, but I can't even think about that stuff right now. We'll talk, okay?
It's
We'll
that
talk.
time of year, so yeah, let me know.
All right. Fun. All right. Enjoy the horses and all the fun, the birds and all that fun stuff.
Aloha.
All right. Aloha. Adios. Bye-bye. All right, people. That was another show. And again, I know I was a little bit all over the place. I hope you don't mind, but again, it's been wild times. And if I'm a little bit scattered, it's because there's such crazy shit going on, and we're living day to day right now. That's for sure. And I don't trust Trump, but hopefully the Jedis can cause some havoc and stir things up, and we can gut these people from the inside out and put a cease to their madness. So if you want to join me, you need to send me an email to law17gun@aol.com. And Diana was trying to give out my address, but if you really want my address, you can always send me an email at law17gun@aol.com. That's law17gun. And I'll be happy to provide that to you if you want to send me your anthrax or whatever it is that you want to send me. Okay? Anyway, it's been fun. It's been real, but it hasn't been real fun. Yeah, I know. Sorry. All right. Once again, thank you for tuning in, especially all of you from the interesting places. Seychelles, I hope I didn't disappoint you. I know we've had so many great shows, but I'm happy you joined us tonight. All of you, again, thank you all for joining us live. And those of you that are listening to this on YouTube, go ahead and leave a comment. I know hundreds and hundreds of people look at these videos, but I like comments. Okay, so if you can, take a comment, just say hi. Just say, hey, I said hi because you said say hi or whatever. Okay, say that Bob. When is he going to get that RV? Join the party. All right. Oh, by the way, you guys, I do have the petitions. We didn't mention there is a Getty petition, and there is a Declare Chabad a terrorist group petition. And if you can't find that, you can send me an email, and I'll point you in the right direction. And you can also join my group on Facebook, which is Q-AON. Okay, that's Q-ANON. You find it, you join it, and you'll see what's going on. By the way, I'm in Facebook jail. Okay. All right. Give generously. I'm kind of need it right now. I'll talk to y'all soon. And good night. God bless. Adios. And goodbye.